Email query next. Mrs. Rodriguez says that she was a tenant for the last 45 years under the Rent Control Act. Now, her landlord has bought back this flat and compensated her accordingly in April 2016. Now, she wants to know how she should calculate capital gains on such an old rented property. She also wants to know when should she buy a new property and reinvest the gains.
Well, if you look at the transaction, you had tenancy rights and those have been sold by you. So, this if you want to reinvest, there are 2 points to note here. Firstly, the case of selling a residential flat and then reinvesting in another one falls under section 54. This is not a residential flat that you sold, these are tenancy rights. So, it falls under a section called 54F. So, you would have the same time limits and the same benefits as with 54, meaning that you have to buy a flat in 2 years or construct in 3 years. You can even invest in capital gains bonds, etc. There is, however, one very important difference. When you are doing a section 54, you need to only reinvest the capital gains. But when you are in section 54F, you need to invest your entire sale proceeds. So, there is a big difference there, and whatever is the amount you have received, if we assume that you spent nothing on acquiring those tenancy rights, they were self-acquired, then your cost is zero. So, which means that whatever money you have received for that, you would need to invest in a residential property within 2 years if you are buying one.
Right. So, Mrs. Rodriguez, essentially here is what Vinay says in very simple terms. It means this: say you had bought the tenancy rights to this property from somebody for 10 lakh rupees, and now you have received, now that you've sold it, you've received around 1 crore for the same tenancy right. Then the 90 lakh rupees differential that you have, the profit that you've made, ideally you would have to pay capital gains on that, but because these are tenancy rights and it's not a flat that you're selling, you will have to pay capital gains tax on that entire 1 crore. So, ideally what you do is you reinvest the entire 1 crore rupees that you have got. Now, if it was a whole flat that you were selling, that you were owning, then you would have to only pay the capital gains on the differential, that is on the 90 lakh rupees. But in your case, since it is tenancy rights, the entire amount has to be reinvested.
You can watch live TV on our website mpnow.in. Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/magicbricksnow. And don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at magicbricksnow. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/magicbricksnow.